Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hi, Kathy Jean. Hi, Amanda. Oh, you changed your name. You added Amanda at the end. Wrong one. Hi, Tammy. How are you? How's everybody doing tonight? We will give everybody a little bit to come in and out and get everything set up. Hi, Connie. I know, it drives me crazy too, Amanda. Hi, Susan. How are you today? And if you had an invoice, your invoices are all sent out. So anybody who's paid will get shipped out first thing in the morning. It says packages will be on their way. Yay! I don't know about everybody else. I love getting packages. Hi, Mom. Oh, thank you, Kathy Jean. I know, right, Amanda? I love when packages come. They don't even have to be my packages. I just like packages. Hi, Mindy. How are you? But I have all of them ready. I just have to print the shipping labels out when I get off of here tonight and tape them up, and they will go out first thing tomorrow for anybody who's paid. So if you're like me, I'll be staring at the mailbox. It's like the mail comes. Oh, thanks, Connie. Awesome. If you're like me, I like check the mail and it's not there, even though your mail's there. Then you go back and check again just in case they left it somewhere. Awesome, Susan. Hi, Lori. How's Lori feeling today? I could take a nap tonight. I don't know why. Usually I'm fine. Tonight I'm just like extra sleepy. There it is, Kathy Jean. Tammy, I've seen that. I've never used it because I'm too leery with using new glues. I do some, but I'm leery because I don't want to use something and then it fall apart. So if I know something works, I tend to stick to that. Although I do try new glues occasionally. Oh, was you on Gail's channel? Nice. Yes, Lori, I am doing good. Busy, busy, busy. It's sleepy, sleepy, sleepy tonight. I think from today being crazy. Oh, I know. The art glitter glue is crazy to try to get. I tell you what I do, Tammy, and it depends on how much you use. If you use a lot of it, I buy the 16-ounce bottle of art glitter glue, which costs more, and just refill my bottle. But by doing that, it gets me completely through my winter because it's like four of these bottles. But it gets me through. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that that they've used that glue and it works great. I need to get some and try it. I just haven't got a chance to. Hi, Kylora. How are you today? I did. I had a pretty good day. It was busy, but it was good. Oh, I know. It drives me crazy when it's not available. You might look. Have you looked through May May Made It? It's like maymaymadeit.com or maymay.com. They carry it sometimes. And I don't know if it's because they have some in stock already or because they get it wholesale or whatever. They do tend to sometimes get it earlier. Yeah, it's if you just go to May, if you just Google May, like Maymay, made it, it'll pull up. Sometimes she has it in stock a little bit earlier than the art glitter glue people actually do for me. Hi, Amanda, the other Amanda. Nettie's in the house. Oh, nice. You got your sewing machine back. Yay. Oh, I'm so sorry you're feeling rough. I am sorry for yawning, guys. You're probably like, really? Why is she doing that? Let me try to turn my volume. That's okay. I have no idea. It just hit me all of a sudden. I was fine, and then out of nowhere, it just slapped me. Oh. Yeah, if it's too cold, well, it's not just where you live, anywhere between where they ship and where you live. Oh, really? Well, let me know how it works. I've heard really good stuff about it. There's a couple glues you hear people, comment on and say, I can't remember who. There's a channel and I can't remember who it is that does like a 5 glue comparison. And they compare like a bunch of different glues and they do multiple tests with it. Hi, Melissa. Oh, okay, Amazon still has art glitter glue. Yeah, and see, I don't think Amazon even cares when they ship or what they do with stuff. They're sort of follow their own rules. Oh yeah, Kathy, you did. Yeah, nothing's worse than you go to try to use something and it's always right when you need to use it that it breaks. It can't break if you're like goofing around on it and you don't really need it. It's always right when you get in the middle of something and you really need it. Drives me crazy. I will try not to yawn on you guys tonight, guys. I am so sorry. It'll go away in a minute. It's just one of those moments, where it hits you. Anybody who's new that's came on, I said earlier, I got everybody's packages packed up and ready to ship. So anybody who is paid will ship tomorrow. Oh, my. You can tell it's Monday, can't you? Okay, I'll give everybody a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. Because people can always go back and watch. We're working on our Dear Jane journal, which I love. These are my little doilies. They died so nicely. Oh, wow, Tammy. Yeah, that's early. Yeah, well, if I yawn and make you go to sleep, then just go on. If you guys hear snoring, I'll try to, somebody yell. Oh, that's so funny. Yep, it is. And my snip. Oh, well, let me keep yawning, you will. And then my snippet all dried, so it's all dried and ready to go. I love that little. I love that. Hi, Cheryl and Cheryl. Geez, you guys timed that. Did you plan that? You guys both came in at the same time. That is so funny. Like back to back on my chat. Well, hi, Mary. Oh, no, she's not here with me. She's at her house. She would have to call me on my home phone, though. My dog, Giggles, is in the other room. She's not feeling good, but she's here. She's just hanging out. So, yep. It's all dry and pretty and ready to go. I love it. I was going to say, I think you did, because you guys literally came in at the same time. It was freaky. Okay, I will give 1 more minute, and 5 after we will get started. Find my ruler. Well, thank you, Mary. I know, I'm like, oh, I need to do another one now. I fell in love with it. I'm like, I need to do some others and some other colors. But I love the green and the pink together. I think just came out gorgeous. Yeah, she woke up. She had a low-grade fever and just not feeling good. It's not like bad like that, but yeah, exactly. And it just irritates her. Thank you, Kathy Jean. Yes, I fell in love with it. Now I'm like, well, I don't want to cut it up. And Lori's like, well, just send it to me. I'll cut it up. I'm good, Nettie. Giggles is a little under the weather, but she's fine. I'm just sleepy and need a nap. But it's like almost bedtime for me, so in like 5 hours. So Lori's like, yep, just mail it to me. That's so funny. Oh, my. Okay, I'm going to get started, guys. Okay, so I'm going to start. We're going to be building our cover today and maybe a couple other things depending on what we get going. Yeah, me too, Natty. I sort of miss her here helping me. Okay, so my cover, my front and back cover panels, I am making, they are 5.5 by 8.5. So 5.5 by 8.5, which, let me grab one of our signatures. As you can see, we'll put just that really nice edge around the edge, which I like doing that because then any lace or anything I do sticks out the edge. And I like that. So that's what I did for that. And then my spine, our spine we did, it was 2 inches by 8.5. So I did a 2-inch spine, which will sort of give us a little bit more room. It looks like it's crooked, and I've like checked it like 5 times because I thought it was crooked. And it's not. It's just, it's like warped up. And then one thing that I have, when you do your cutoffs, if you use chipboard or even your cereal boxes or whatever, is I take and glue enough together that it creates an 1/8 inch spacer. And I just glue them together till it gets an 1/8 inch. That way, when I'm going to do my cover, I have that spacer between to make sure I have enough room for my covers to fold. So, okie doke. So, I am going to, let's see, how do I want to do this? Let me think how I want to do this. Okay. I'm going to start with my chipboard. I can peel my glue off where it's all crazy. I'm trying to getting towards the end of this bottle. This is my old bottle. I keep pulling my old bottle out and reusing it, trying to use it up. And this is Fabri-Tac, but I like how it doesn't warp the paper, and a lot of glues will. And I just put some on there, and then, so if you don't cut off the pages, would it be? Yes. Oh, okay, Tammy. Thanks for stopping by. Nettie, if you do not cut your pages and you have your pages are full size, then what I would do is let's see, I cut these, what did I cut these? 5.5. Okay, so you're gonna go, if you're doing a full page, you want to do, let's see, you have 8.5. So you want to go, if you want a 1/4 inch on each side, you're gonna want to go 9, 6 by 9. If you want, let's see, yeah, because I cut, hold on, I'm calculating in my head while I'm doing this, and I can't do two things at once, so you gotta give me a second. Yes, you're gonna want a 6 by 9. And that's gonna give you, because your pages are 8.5, that's gonna give you a 1/4 inch on each end, and then your page is 5.5 wide. So you actually want to go 5 3/4. Sorry about that. Hey, Elizabeth. I was thinking about you today, Elizabeth. I was watching your gel print video. And basically, Nettie, what I do is like on here, you're still going to want the 2-inch spine. What I would do, and you're still going to want it to be however tall your curves are. But what I would do is just figure, if you're doing 5.5 by 8.5, the full width, then you're going to want to go a 1/4 inch around. So that's how you figure that out, just, for future reference. I'm looking for my bone folder, guys. Give me a second. I have like 3 of them and can never find them because I moved them around. And I was moving stuff. I found it. Oh, put up 2 new ones just for the basics. Awesome. Okay, and I'm going to set this to the side and move to my other one. I just like to sort of go all at the same time, like if to do my gluing, and then that's just the way I do. I don't know why. That's just what I do. It just it's more, I guess, the assembly line style. Whereas, if I did that and stopped and did that one and then moved to this one and that one, it actually takes up more time. So, what am I making tonight, Cheryl? I am making the covers to the My Dearest Jane Traveler's Notebook. We did the signatures last week, as far as binding them and putting the pages and stuff together, cut, inked everything out, and all of that last week. And then I am putting the covers together for that. And then once we get them in, because I like having, especially with tens, because the size that you're working with and all that, I like to have them in my covers when I start decorating them, and then I can pull them out as I'm going, but that way I'm more aware of the amount of size that I'm doing and all that. So, and you can measure this so you have the same exact amount on top and bottom. I just sort of try to eyeball it, because if it comes over, we're going to cover the inside anyway, so that will be fine. Okie dokie. Yeah, on Mondays and Tuesdays, we're working on whatever our journal together journal is. So right now it's the Dearest Jane. Then when we get this finished, it will be the Secret Garden. I don't know if, April, I haven't seen April in here yet, I don't think. she showed me a picture of her cover she did for her secret garden. She's just sort of trying to prep and have it ready. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. Yes, Trisha, I'm using cardstock as a base, and then I'll have I thought I said that. Yeah, I'm just using cream cardstock. I chose cream because when I did my colors, I did the cream, the green, and the pink. And I did use more of a premium cardstock. I actually got the premium cardstock from Michaels. You can use the 110, and it does perfectly fine though. Oh, you're fine, dear. Okay. So I'm just guesstimating the middle here, hoping that I'm close. I actually need this to be a little bit better than close. A little bit better than close. Because this is the spine. That's the only part I really worry about it being a little bit more. Okay. I think that's about as close as I'm going to get, maybe. Yep, pretty good. Pretty good. Yes. Well, yeah, we usually do a journal a month, although I used to do exactly one journal per month. And anymore, I actually do, I just continue on. So, if we get this one done, the third week of May, then we'll start on the next one. So it just sort of depends on, when we get it done. Or, I finish this one, in May, and then I'll come up with some other crazy plan for the other ones. Okay, let me grab my tape real fast. Okay, now I'm going to put my cover and spine together if I didn't just... Yeah, I have the measurements on here. Well, I did this one. The other ones I just sort of guesstimated. I usually eyeball pretty well. Occasionally I get way off, but usually I do pretty good. Okay, so it's sort of as a trick for me. Because what I'll do is this just has a little bit excess, so it'll lay over the front cover to attach. I don't want, now you could change this up and use a different color. I'm choosing not to use a different color because I want to decorate, and I'm going to put, some fat, lace and stuff on there. So I'm not worried about it being the same color. If you just want your spine to be, say, like pink or green or whatever color you chose, then you can use whatever color cardstock you want. That's just what I'm doing. But since I'm doing this, and I do have, like, let me put it down this way so you can see, where I do have this, like, crossover. I always have issues with glue squirting out the side, and then it gets on the front of your cover, and then you're dealing with trying to clean it up and all of that. So one of the tricks I do is I use double-sided tape along this edge. Just on the edge that goes down here. That attaches it with the tape, so it keeps all of that glue from coming out onto your cover. It just saves a lot of, like, cleanup later, I guess, is the word to use. At least for me. Now, if you're really, really good with your glue, then you go for it. I tend to be a little sloppy with the glue. And this is just double-sided tape. I think I actually sold some of this in the auction I don't know. I don't know if it was last auction or the auction before. I don't know. Something like that. But that's just what I do, and it keeps, that from getting on there. And I do it on both sides because obviously, you have both sides, the front and a back cover. I'll try to keep my fat hand out of the way so you can see. And I just try to put it as close to the edge or up to the edge as I go. Okay. And then I just make sure you burnish it down really, really well. If you don't burnish it, it does have that chance that, well, I mean, it's tape. It always has a chance of coming loose. But I will use like some art glitter glue on half of this, halfway up, because you can get a small amount. But I actually use Fabri-Tac around here because it's more of especially around where it's going to bend and fold. Okay, so now I'm going to just take my bone folder and I'm going to go right along the edge of my spinal piece and just sort of put some pressure on there and just sort of indent that. So it sort of helps it when you go to fold it, because, obviously if you don't, it sort of helps break down those fibers and it keeps you from ripping and tearing. And it also helps you just fold it. And you can use a scoreboard to do that. I usually don't on my... that's a trial and error thing. Some people use... everybody uses different kinds. Score Pal is really good. It's a little more expensive maybe than others. You get a lot more on a roll, and it works really good. But this is called IIT. I've had really good luck with it. So, it just sort of depends. Now, if you want something and you want to know that it works really good, and you want to minimize the amount of supplies that you have to buy, you can cheat. You can go to Walmart or your DIY, like your DIY, Menards, any place like that has carpet or home repaired, type places. And you can get, this is a Manco brand, but you can get all kinds of different brands. They do have double-sided carpet tape, and I don't know if you can see, it actually has, let me see if I can, I may have to find my pokey tool because sometimes I can't get the thing off of it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it and show you. Let me just pull a piece off. Sometimes it's easier to do that. Now, if you just want to only have to buy one and you want to get a double use out of it, let me get it. That's as bad as pulling the needle last night. Jeez. And this is like super sticky, so it will attach. But I don't know if you can see how that looks. It actually has a fiber built in it. This is actually carpet tape that you put down to hold, like, they used to do for like your throw rugs, in your living room or whatever. And you can put it around the edge of your carpet to hold it in place. This works really good as a double-sided tape if you want to use it. It's pretty cheap because, you get this massive roll. But you also can... let me find a piece really fast that's not sort of ugly, because somebody is ugly that I have back here. Okay. I have a scrap piece of material there that's got pretty little pink and blue flowers. Let me try to get that on there. Let me grab the little piece that I took off of it real fast. And keep your eyes out at your thrift stores and your Goodwills and stuff. Because, you can find this carpet tape there too. Mindy, I did not use it. You can. I don't like using it for snippets, and I'll tell you why. Because it is extremely sticky. I mean, it's like super, super powerful sticky, okay? And it's sort of gummy, which works great. But I don't like using it because I sew. I usually tend to sew on my snippets. Exactly. Susan, that's exactly what you got there before I did. Yeah, I do not sew through carpet tape. So do not sew through it. But it works great to make a fabric washi. So, like, let me, really? I have a tool for this, you guys. I really do. I'll use my needle. Yeah, you do not want to sew through it. It will gum your needle up so fast. And I don't know, once it gummed up, I'm not sure what it would grab and pull into your machine. Okay, so it pulls off, and you can see it holds the fabric extremely well. I mean, it's pretty great. And then let me find a scrap piece of paper. I'll use one of these that I cut off. And then you can actually just put it down. And you have fabric washi. Now, if you wanted to, hey, April's in the house. April finally got here. She's late tonight. Bad April. What you could do is, if you did not want to do sewing on a snippet, you could lay it down, like, cut you a strip. I think this, you can get it in different widths too. Mine is 1.5 inches. So what you could do is cut your strip in 1.5 inches, put your tape down on it, pull the backing off, then stick your laces and everything you want to on there. Maybe put a little glue on there to secure it, because you want it to hold down. And then you could do that. Or like with my snippet, you could make your snippet roll completely. And then that's where I patched that piece in last night. Make your snippet roll completely and then put it on the back of your snippet roll to attach into your journal. You could do that. Mindy, you're so funny. I know, right? Okay. So that's how I do that. So I'm going to pull this off. And I always work one side at a time. And then I'm going to go like right here from the top. And like I said, I sort of scribble over into the double tape, but not going all the way out, because I do not want, that glue to ooze out. Let me find. And you do have to be careful with your sizer because it will get in there and stick. So, whoops. And then I have this uneven, I can tell already, just by the way. Which is fine. It isn't going to hurt anything any. There we go. And then pull that out. And then I've got my even spacing all the way down. Okay, so let's move to the other side. And I'm going to do the same thing. And I do make sure I put like a nice coat of glue. And you can use any kind of glue you want. I mean, whatever you feel makes you comfortable. I mean, because different glues make different people. I know some people won't use a certain type and some other people will. So it just sort of depends. And I'm not worried about if, when I place this, if it was completely even as far as the paper part, because I can trim it up in just a second. My worry is making sure that my spines are even and that spacing is even. Yes, April, I told on you, you need to put your cover up for me. I was telling it was so pretty. Okay. I'm going to cover this up anyway, so it doesn't matter, but I'm just going to trim. And if it's not even, I'm not going to like stress about it. Just going to cut it off. Yes, did everybody enter? Did everybody enter the Say It Sunday? Oh, you did? I loved it. I thought it was gorgeous. I'm like, I think April needs to paint me a cover and mail it to me. That's what you should do. You should paint me one and mail it to me. Because I'm telling you guys, it is good enough that you could make just the covers and sell them and people would buy them. I'm telling you, they're really good. She did a really good job. Okay. So I just like taking my bone folder and you can score it on a scoreboard if you want. I just sort of mark mine around with my, and it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just trying to get a ballpark. Oh, yes, there was more entries this week. People are catching on to that. I mean, a free kit. I mean, that's a free kit for making art that you already make. I mean, that's pretty superb. I mean, who come up with that job? No, I'm serious, April. Give me a price or give me a list of what you want to trade and get it to me and we'll talk. Except not my snippet roll. I'm using that one. Sorry. It is. It's really good. And then I just go in. You sort of create those little boxes. I just go in and notch the sides out, leaving, just a tad bit around the corner. That one I cut a little bit too close, but it'll work. Because I'm actually using this as a traveler's notebook, so I will be, like using it on the go. I will put metal corners on it. April showed it to me. I got special treatment. I got to see it first because she loves me. Yes, April, I love it. You're not getting my snippet roll, though. I'm just telling you right now, girl. I'm not trading that. But if there's something you want, you let me know. Or give me a price and you can order free from the auction or something, or whatever you want to do. However you want to do it, I don't care. She is. She showed me her picture first. Hey, if anybody messages me, everybody knows. I will reply and answer. I always try. I am one of those people. I don't ignore you. I might not answer you right that minute if I'm in the middle of something, but... And then I'm just going to use, my double-sided tape on my flaps, since I already have it out. But you can use glue. And I'm going to use a little bit of glue because I'm just going to cover this to the edges. I know. Everybody loves me. I'm special. You guys are so funny. Normally I would use glue. The reason I'm using tape is because obviously the drying factor. Because, if I was doing this, and apparently I'm using tape very badly today too. Wow. Too much talking. My process is fascinating. Oh, Lord, girl. I am using just regular old cardstock, Connie, is what I'm putting on the front of it, and then I'm going to decorate it. Because I'm doing all the layers on the front of mine, that's why I chose to cover with cardstock. A lot of times I would use fabric because if I wanted something old school looking or whatever, but with decorating it as heavy as I am, I don't want to add a lot of weight to it. And fabric, as everybody knows, is heavy. Or heavier, anyway. So yep, that's what I'm using right now, and it's just plain old cream colored cardstock. It's the premium cardstock that you get from. Oh no, I did not get this from Michael's. I stand corrected. I got it from Hobby Lobby, but it's the premium grade stuff where you get like so many sheets in the pack of the same color. You know, I really wish I could find my all, and I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. It's gone. Maybe it's in my bucket. Hold on, guys. I found it. Oh, I was talking about that today. About how much it feels like a family. You have to be really careful if you use paper as you do this, because if you do it too fast or put too much pressure, you will run through. I don't know. Does anybody else have any problems with buffering? It might help to go out and come back in, Connie. I know that we do have storms and stuff around this area, so. Oh, well, we love you, April. Oh, Lori. Yeah, we have there was a guy, I hate to say guy. We have a really close friend to our family that was almost like my mom and dad pretty much like adopted him as like a second son, basically. And he passed away. Mom, what was that? Was that Sunday? Saturday night. Late Saturday night. So yeah, it's going around, and it's a sad time. So yeah, it's almost hard. Everybody knows somebody that has it or had it, or that has passed away or something. It's just a bad time for the world right now. Oh, thanks to Cheryl. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, it was Saturday, Mom. That's what I thought. Look at that perfect spine. I'm just playing. It's not perfect. I still have to do the corners. So then I just go around and I sort of tuck the corners, and sort of that one I cut too short, so it's what it is. April, she woke up yesterday afternoon. She slept. She kept like laying down taking naps or whatever. But she just said she didn't feel good. And then she started running a low-grade fever and everything. I think she has a sore throat or whatever, but she's not like, with all this stuff going on. She just doesn't feel good right now. So I think the allergies and flu season and, you know, going outside to play with the cats and not putting shoes on and, you know, stereotypical teenage kid type things. Yes, I use 3 full sheets of cardstock. Let's see. I cut okay, here, hold on, let me tell you. I cut the one for each side. Let's see. What did I do to that? Okay, it was 8.5 tall by 5.5 wide. And then for both the sides, and then the center was 8.5 tall by 5 inches wide. Yes, because then there's about 1.5 inches is overlapped on the spine. Yeah, about 1.5 inches is overlapped on the spine, Connie. And once you do that, well, it's like I was telling Nettie, because hers is a little bit bigger. Now, yes, the spine is 2 inches with an over. So you have 2 inches, and then you've got the 1.5 inches on each side that's overlapped. I was telling Nettie, if you happen to print full sheets, like you'd had borderless print on yours, then you're going to want to make yours a little bit wider. So you're going to have, let's see, 8.5. You're going to want yours to be 9 and 6. No, 5 3/4. You add 1/4 inch on every side. It's easier if I'm doing it than if I'm like trying to talk about doing it. I know this sounds crazy. Okay, so we have that, and that. It's bending really good. Okay, now I know. Okay, yes. So then you're just going to follow what I did. Now, everybody knows if you did journals, the one part where we have weakness is in these corners, these sides right here. Okay, what you can do if you want to reinforce those, you can use the carpet tape right there on each of those spines, and it's almost like using Tyvek because it's got the fibers in it. So yes, you can do that to redo it, I'm putting fabric on the outside of mine, so even if for some reason the paper would have issues and give, I'll have fibers on the outside of mine to do that. So now I got to grab my paper for the inside. Okay. Let me grab my big cutter. And I'm cutting 1/4 inch off of it widthwise because I want to have, well, what I was going to say, I want to have that border around the edges. That one's in the middle. And then I want this at 4 inches. And this all makes sense in a minute. So I cut 2 at 4 inches by 8 1/4, and one is 11 by 8 1/4. And that one I need to put over there for you to mix up. Okay, and I'm going to use the big mailing envelopes at the post office, April, are made out of Tyvek. Yes, they are. They actually are Tyvek. They're just printed Tyvek. You know what? I'm actually going to put this on here and save myself some issues. And I'm using Fabri-Tac on here just because of the permanent bond and the fact it doesn't tend to wrinkle your paper up like a lot of the other stuff does. And I'm just going to use my silicone brush without trying to make a mess. And I'm just smearing it around. It doesn't leave those big, huge, piles that it does, because it is an acetone-based glue. Which is why if you get it on paint or anything, it will take the paint off. But I like smearing it out so it's not as thick. And then I'm going to center this in the middle. And again, I think I did that backwards, guys. Oh, well, I'll figure it out in a minute. Let me try to make sure it's centered without being crooked. I'm excited. I think everybody's excited about the Secret Garden kit. And that's the freebie. So it's on the Facebook page and it's free. The kit is. So make sure if you don't have it, go download it and everybody can join along. And maybe every couple months I'll do that or something, just because it'd be sort of neat to have everybody working along together. Okay. There's my pages. I'm actually going to adhere these here because I want to make pockets on each side that I'm going to decorate. But for this section right here, I'm looking around, trying to find if I want to do that or not. Maybe I don't. I'm changing my mind midstream, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me put this way. So I'll have a little tuck. Yeah, I think I want to do that. Really, Lori? That's weird. Huh. I wonder why. I didn't have any problems with mine. Did anybody else have any problems with theirs printing out? Did anybody else have, I think I just asked that, but I was going to say, I haven't had any problems with mine printing out. Mine printed out fine. But if somebody's okay, Mindy, okay. Huh, I'm not sure. Maybe look at your settings and see, what your settings are on, or. Huh, okay, well. Maybe check and see what settings that you have your printer set on. Maybe, something's. Well, I think I'm getting to the bottom of my glue. I don't want to come out. Huh. I wonder why. I was gonna say mine printed out without a problem. I don't know. Sometimes it depends on like what their settings are on and all of that. So okay. So yeah, I had an older printer for a while that every time I put a new ink cartridge in, I had to unplug the printer. I had to unplug the printer and let it reset itself and realign itself and everything. It just went crazy. It just didn't like new ink. I don't know why. It just was crazy. Okay. There we go. So let me grab my pencil. Oh, what did I do with my pencil? There it is. Okay. So now I want to do my grommets. I have my little box over here. And I'm actually doing silver grommets because there's so much gray through it. I was going to use an antique, but I'm all out of my antique ones. I don't know. I guess I used the last ones and I didn't realize I did. Glue. Okay, so I know I want to put, let's see, I know I've got 2 inches, so let me mark that first. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Sometimes it's easier. And I'm doing that real light, although I'm going to cover it up so it really doesn't make a difference. No, I just hung it up and let it dry after last night. I haven't did any more work on it. I was going to sew it, and the more I looked at it, the more I sort of like it the way that it is. So that's what I've done so far. Okay, so 8.5. I need 4.25. So there's where my grommet needs to go for that one. Okay, and then I have 8.5. I want to do my grommet a 1/4 inch in. So I'm going to mark my 1/4 inch mark on each end. And I eyeball this. It doesn't have to be exact. And what I'm just drawing a line, and I hope you guys can see that. You know what I'm doing. It's just basically I'm creating a grid. And with a TN, it's almost identical to how you do if you're gonna when you sew your signatures in. Except I think that one's a little crooked. Well, it helps if I'm not on centimeters, huh? That's right. No, I guess it just looks crooked to me. I think it still looks crooked to me. It has to be crooked. It looks crooked. Just a hair. Okay. Okay, so I have 2 inches. I'm going to fold it up like this first. Let me do it like this first. It's easier. And I'm going to hold it where the 2 inches is. Okay, now I did my 2 inches because I want to do a 1/2 inch from each side. One, because I want to build an ephemera folder to put in it. And I want to have enough space to put a really nice envelope in the back to like carry a calendar. All everything. Yes, the center is literally just for the closure. So if you don't want a closure on the front of yours, you do not have to do that. So, you know, you have that option. I don't know if I want to put a closure on mine or not. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a closure because I'm doing the other one on the Secret Garden. So, sorry guys, I was contemplating. So again, I'm going to mark mine on a 2-inch spine. Whoops. Let me come up here closer. It'd be nice. I'm going to mark mine at a 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to go a 1/4 inch over. So at 3/4, 1/2 inch, 3/4, an inch and a 1/4, and an 1.5 inches. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in the 1/2 inch that I marked. I don't really care about. So I'm going to get rid of those two. And these, for whatever ding dong reason I put them up there, I don't know. Crazy me. So I'm just transferring these up to where I did that 1/4 inch line. For whatever reason, I have no idea why I marked them there. Yeah, you can do a lace or a fabric closure. I actually thought about doing mine with one of the little hitch pins. So I'm sitting here debating if I should or not. Okay. But I think I'll do one on the... no. Okay, guys. If you want to do the closure in the middle, you're going to do it the same as the others. I'm choosing not to do mine in the middle this time. Oh, no, I better because it's supposed to be a 10. But you're going to put your grommet in the same way you do these 3. If that makes sense. So I'm actually going to move this about halfway here. Hold on, you guys. I'll tell you the measurements in a minute because I'm just sort of adjusting this to where if it moves around my closure. So let me see. Let me make sure I have this even. That's scary. Okay. So I will show you sort of what you do. And what you do here, you do the same thing here. I don't know. Would you guys rather see the closure here or the closure on the edge? That sort of depends on what you guys want. What do you guys want? Why I do these holes. Then I'm going to use my big bite. And I'm actually using 3/16 holes. Would you rather see the closure in the center, or would you rather have it on the end? For everybody who's doing it along. Okay, on the spine. That's more traditional. You know, sort of more teen versus a, versus the standard journal that we do where you have the different types of closures. So if you're unfamiliar with a closure, and I'm just using mine and poking holes. And you can use whatever to poke holes. If you have grommets or eyelets, depending on where you live, because different areas call it different things. You can, let me get this out of the way. If you don't have those, you can just poke holes with like an awl and do it just like you do for your signatures, and just go through there if you don't have them. The grommets are just sort of there because it makes it look pretty. And if you're unfamiliar with, I would do a video on using the Big Bite, but there are so many videos out there on using it, and it's pretty basic. Unless you're me, and then it becomes difficult. Let's see. Where am I at? There we go. Pretty easy. They just pop in there, and you just press it. You just have to make sure you put pressure on it. And try to make them even, which is funny because about 3/4 of the videos that you watch, people will go, oh no, I did it and it's crooked. It's just one of those things. It's a lot of marking, but then you have to make sure you line it up too. Oh yeah, Kathy, I got mine as a present, is how I got mine. I got it as a Christmas present. It was the only thing I wanted for Christmas. But I have carpal tunnel, and I had, the little hand ones you did before then, and oh my gosh, they gave me so much trouble because I couldn't put enough pressure on it, and this is a lot easier than that. That may be a little crooked right there, but it is what it is. We're going to cover it up anyway. I am doing mine one little bit different, but I'm going to go through the traditional way first for you guys, just to show you an alternative. Okay, so we've got them all in there. Okay. Okay, so traditionally, what you would do, you're going to ignore the center, okay? Traditionally, what you would do is start from the outside. You're going to push your elastic through without throwing stuff across the table, and just sort of pull it down to where it's in the center. Now, when you're measuring your elastic, basically you just want to go, I would say about 2/3 of the way down, and then once, twice, and about 2/3 of the way down. So yeah, if you did a 3 and about a couple inches or so, you would have more than enough. 3 times back and forth. So that's roughly, let's see, 8.5, 9. So 27. If you do about 30 inches, and you should have plenty to go. Okay, then I'm going to go down and go through the bottom. Okay. Then I'm going to go up. I'm going to go back through the top hole that I came in earlier. You're going to go right back through that hole. Then you're going to pull it tight. Go through the hole next to it. Right like that. Okay. You're going to go, well, let's just do this way. Let's walk our way across. Go back through the hole next at the bottom. Go back through the center. Go back up through the center again. Hopefully I'm on where you guys can see it. Mindy, you have one, you don't know what to set them on. Okay, what size grommets do you have? You guys, you know what? I did that completely backwards. I did that the other day too. Please forgive me. I was looking at the wrong side. Whew. Oh, I'm loopy. Okay. Let's start over. You're going to go from the outside, inside out. I was sitting there going, you know, that doesn't look, no. Stop. It's one of those days. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go out. Again, you're going to go right into the hole next to it. There we go. You're going to go down. Geesh. Trying to make that difficult. And then you're going to get in. Okay, Mindy, if you take them and go where the little, not the ring part on the top, but the hole at the bottom, you know, the part that, the extension part that you push down through, and take a ruler and measure how wide that is. Okay, then I'm going to go back through my hole. Geez, so Pete's, it is going to be one of those days, guys. I told you. I don't know if it's because, like, I am doing this all wrong. I went the wrong way again, guys. Jeez. You're going to go down. I keep getting my... I think it's because it's white and it's silver. And normally I have a decorated cover on the outside. So when I see the white, I think it's the inside. Okay. There we go. Then you're going to go into the hole next to it. Now that everybody's sitting there going, what is wrong with this woman? Okay. Now, this right here, I'm going to take up to the top just because I didn't pull it through enough, but you can move that around however you need to. And then come in. And then this would get tied off. So you would tie that right there. Then you can cut it off, hit it with a lighter, and that'll burn it. So you get these 4 strings inside. You do want to make sure that you pulled it really tight. Let me see. What did I do? Oops. What did I do with my book today? Hold on. Let me find my one that I have put together to show you. Huh. Oh, it's in the other room. It's in the other room because I was pulling out Cheryl's stamps today. Cheryl, I put your stamps in your thing, so watch out for it. So it's in the other room. So you just want to pull it where, let me pull it down. You can keep working it and pulling it until you get it pretty tight. And I just do it where, you know, you get that like flip sound where you can hear it. That way you can still get in there and fit something underneath of it. So that's the standard way. So that is an option. A lot of people were asking because they did not have the elastic cording. And if you, because I know I totally like just went crazy with that like there. If you go to the video that I did where we made, it would have been the Friday Night Live, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, we made an ephemera folder. It has a more detailed, you know, in-depth way of doing it, I guess. The same thing. I actually want to use ribbon for mine this time. Which is another alternative. So let me. So I'm basically going to do 1, 2, and a little bit more. And I'll measure this and see. I wanted to do the ribbon just because I think it sort of goes with the Jane a little bit more. So, you know, you can do the standard or, you know, a different one. So that's about 15 inches. Let me get my needle. And I have a needle that's got a big eye on it. Although I think I might be able to get these. I might be able to get these through here because this is, yeah, maybe. Yep. Which this is another alternative of doing a traveler's notebook. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just sort of guesstimated there. So if you don't have, you can use yarn. You can use ribbon. I mean, you can use anything that you can tie, you know, to bind it down. You can use, like how I made the ribbon by tearing the cotton last night. So this is another option. You don't see it very often. So okay, before I put my signatures in though, I do want to do my closure. So I'm going to pull these out a little bit. Now, on a normal closure, you would do the same thing I'm doing. Yes, you could use lace. Oh, nice. So I'm going to actually use the button closure. Let me cut off a piece of this and show you what you would do with a traditional. Okay, so if actually reach in my, where's my button jar? Now, hold on, let me find, I'm trying to find a button with really, really big holes so this doesn't take me as long. Okay, whoops. This is a really bright button, which I would never use, but basically what you're going to do is you're just going to thread. I wouldn't use it with this. I'm not saying I wouldn't use it in general. You can thread your needle and pull it through if it's going to go through my holes. And you have to sort of make sure you check your needle before you go pulling it through there because it may not fit. If I can get my elastic through there. Nope, it's not going to go. Okay. I'll just force it through there. Okay. Okay, well, you can use an all netty, just like you just have to knot it. It's fine. Okay, so you're just going to pull it up and take your elastic. Okay, how you want to measure your elastic is you're basically just going to take your elastic. You're going to wrap it around your book. And you can put your button on there so you can double check. And you're just going to slide your button to where it holds it, but you have enough room that you can get it off. Right like that. That's all you have to do. Then what you do is you're going to just take your elastic. And this is going to be way bigger, but I'm trying to make it bigger so I can take it off again. Okay, you're just going to knot it up like that. Slide your button all the way up. You're going to pinch your elastic. Feed it through your hole. Then you're going to pull it down. You want to use a button that's not obviously as big as this. I use this big one so you guys could see really good. So make sure it's like a nice, flat, even button. Then when you pull this part, which I mean, obviously I made big so you can see, just slides over. Now, if you want to do it where you can have, you know, like double, you know, just in case you want more, you can make your elastic longer. You can use like the elastic lace even if you want to. So, you know, lots of options out there. But like I said, what did I do? I actually want to use a ribbon on mine to close. Which, I mean, and this is just an alternative. It's not, you know, you don't have to do it this way. I mean, that's the beauty of making journals, is it's about each person and, you know, how you want to make them. Okay, so I just put my, and like I said, this is a pretty flat button. Now, if you have a button and it has a rounded side versus an extremely flat side, put the rounded side up. Now, if I can get, my needle goes through without it. I don't know if it'll go through with the ribbon. Oh, okay. I'll just feed it through there on its own. I was trying to make it easy on myself and made it harder. And you can take your awl if you're doing like lace or fabric, because I can trim it up once it gets through. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Glue all over my fingers again. I keep glue on my fingers. I want the ribbon because it's going to have that same T-end closure, but I can adjust it. And it, you know, it's going to, it's depending on the type of journal, you know, some, you know, might be, you know, cuter, I guess, more pretty. You know, if I was doing like a travel journal or something like that, I would probably use elastic. But this is Jane, you know, it's Jane. So to me, it should be very delicate, very pretty, very, you know, just sort of put together. To me, that's just me. And I'm going to trim that off. And now, before I even go through my holes, I'm just going to hit this with a lighter a bit on the end, and that's going to keep that from fraying. And I'll do it on the other ones too. I just haven't got there yet. And I'm just going to stick it through my hole just like I did with the elastic. Okay. And it's going to pull all the way through. And you may have to, you know, sort of pull on your ribbon a little bit because it takes a little bit to get it all through. Okay. So it's got the button there. So I have my closure on. So this is going to be my, I have so many ribbons here that it's crazy here. Okay, so this will be my closure around the middle. And I made it long enough that I could tie a bow, but not long enough that it's going to be so crazy distracting. No, the Secret Garden is the free one. I couldn't, I think My Dearest Jane is like $4 maybe, or something like that. I don't charge a lot for my kits. I try to keep them, because when I do a kit, I do everything with it. I try not to have like multiple parts. Okay. So like that's going to be the bow on the front of mine, which, you know, I like. So let me grab my signatures out and get them tied in. I try to keep it that way because, you know, I don't like, craft supplies are expensive without having to pay on top of, you know. So that's just me. I don't know. I get told all the time, well, you need to do more. You don't charge enough. And I'm just like, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to slide my signatures in. Let's see, I had that one first, and then my gray one goes in the middle. And I'm going to slide the ribbon in. And then I'm just going to slide the ribbon in the middle, just like I would the elastic, except it's easier because you can pull them in and out more, which makes it sort of nice because as they get bigger, it's not... I've had issues with TNs in the past over the long haul of time where the elastic stretches and it sort of gives, and you have to replace the elastics and stuff. With the ribbons, you really don't have that. So it makes it sort of nice. Okay, so I have them all in here. So I'm going to hold mine this way. And I'm going to grab my ribbon here and my ribbon here. And I want to make sure I grab them both at the same time because I want it to be even. And I'm just going to tighten it down. I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to hold it while it's tight. I'm going to grab the next one. And I'm going to tighten it down. Again, knowing I can go in and straighten the ribbon out when I get done. And I'm going to grab it with this one. I'm going to grab all my ribbons together. And then I'm going to grab this one and this one and make sure that one's a lot longer. I can tell already. So you can sort of just, if you pull them out, lay them like this. And as you adjust them, as you're tightening it down, you can sort of see if they're even. Then you can grab them with both hands and sort of pull tight. Okay. I'm going to pull it tight. I have all of one end in one hand and one end in the other. I'm going to loop it under. Just like I'm going to tie a bow. Now, before I do that, you need to make sure one side of your closure is in the front and one is in the back. I'm going to take my ribbons and hold it. Oh, I should use the short end. Jeez. That's better. And you can do this different ways. Now you can do the bows, or if you're worried about security, and them being tight enough, you can loop them over. And if you're going to do that, I would slide them towards the top. Like up towards the top. Right like that. Flip them through. Flip them in. And then you're going to want to pull tight so you know that they're tight. That they're holding it inside. And then tie. Then let me burn these real fast. Burn them, I guess that's the wrong word to use. Seal them, I guess, is probably more the... Then I like pushing these up through here. Sort of turns your knot backwards. Because to me, and I like the ribbons hanging down because I'm going to end up, and I can actually chop these. I can trim these down if I want them smaller, or, just pull them out, and let them sort of flip around. I mean, that's sort of up to you. It doesn't bother me because, I like the ribbon. I may, permanently do something with these, but I'm going to put charms hanging down off this. We started this one last Monday. So we did it Monday and Tuesday last week, and then tonight. Yes, if you cut the ribbon with pinking shears, it will slow it down, but it will still fray. That's just sort of the method to this, the madness to satin ribbon. Wow. You wouldn't know that I used to work making bows. Jeez. I'm off my game tonight, guys. That one's all upside down. Jeez. Quit while I'm ahead. Bye, Kathy. Yes, I have to do the drawing. Thanks for reminding me, Cheryl. Thanks, Trisha. Oh, well, I will mess with it. Like, I probably shifted it when I was doing that, but yeah, like I'll keep this here, but like these I will probably get rid of. Or technically you can take them back under these and feed them through the thing and they'll sort of be like a topper. And I have my charms, and I may make my ribbon a little bit longer. I cut it off a little too short when I was doing it, so. And then I've got all of my signatures, so you can see, I mean, it holds it in there pretty firm. And if you find, if it's too loose for you, then open it up and, undo them, which I'm not going to do right now, and you can pull that on each side individually and tie it. And then it works fine. So, I mean, you have those options, and your strings still hang out, so you can still put your charms and all of that. So, but yes, I like the ribbon. I think it just gives it a different, a different vibe. So, okay, let me put this to the side for a minute and grab everything to do the drawing. I got my drawing cup. Okay, let me grab some paper. We do a drawing. Yes, if you entered, please make sure the word love and all of that is on there. Did you say when you started this one? Yes, Connie, I started it last Monday. Last Monday, which would have been, what, the 4th, I believe. Thanks, Lori. Thank you, Melissa. And everybody. Yes, I like the ribbon on it. I think it's different. And I think it's sort of, you're getting the convenience of having a travel. Yeah, Connie. We did it last Monday and last Tuesday. And then what little bit we did tonight. And I will do some adjusting on my ribbons and all of that, but I'll do that probably off camera. Just sort of, tightening the signatures up, because I mean, obviously you guys know how to do that. Hi, Brenda. So I will do that. I think that's enough. I gotta find my, hold on guys. I had my phone, it disappeared. I buried my phone. And then there have been other nights too. Let's see, on Thursday night, I worked on dyeing all the fabric and everything. So everybody could sort of see how I haven't picked them out yet, Kathy. I haven't decided yet. My charms are usually the last thing I add. Okay. I'm hurrying. I got to go to that page and pull it up because I double verify that everything is there at the time of the drawing. Let me find a pen. I had an ink pen and I lost it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am never off my game like this. You guys know that, don't you? Okay. Let's see. And I'm looking for Say It Sunday. There are 10 comments. That doesn't mean 10 people entered. Let's see. We have Nettie. Nettie. Nettie's in. Let's see. We have Lori's in. You guys, your things are so pretty this time. Not that they're not every time. I'm saying in general, they were really pretty. Yes. Yes, I do a basic list. I mean, it's hard for me. No, I'm not doing the flip through. We were actually working on it, Brenda. Okay, Brenda's in. Brenda. Wow, I wrote your name like a kindergartner. Okay, and Connie. I love that raggedy heart on yours, Connie. That was so cute. Jeez. Maybe I should offer freebies more often when I need something done. You guys are all over it. I don't know, Kathy Jean. I'm working down the list. So if it is on here, I will tell you. And Cheryl, a little memory dex card. How cute. I love memory dex cards. Cheryl from Texas. I won't sing all my exes live in Texas because that's not true. Oh, did you? Cool. Oh, and Cheryl Emery. So I'm glad I put the S on there. Cheryl Emery. Oh, I love that garden journal envelope. So cute. I love garden journals. I love nature journals. Let's see. Oh, Melissa's in there. Melissa. Okay, talk to me, girlfriend. These the little thing. Do you like it? Because I have looked at it over and over again about buying one and have debated, but have never. April loves bluebirds. You and my mom would get along. My mom loves birds. That's cute. Okay. Okay, Kathy Jean. I do not see you on here. Did I say your name? No. Did you post somewhere else? Where did you post at? Oh. Oh, no. There was... Oh. Oh, I did find it, though. I can verify that it's on there. What you do... your little thing that you made your word love with. That's so cute. Did you use the little letter thingy that We Are Memory Keepers has? Yes, Kathy Jean. Yeah, what you do is, it's fine, and I'll count it. It's not a problem. But where the post is, and it says Say It Sunday across the top, go find it and usually comment and post your picture there. That way it's just easier to keep it all in one place, because the more people that do it, the more crazy it gets to keep track of. It was cute. But I've looked at those and I've debated about buying one, but I didn't know if I would really use it or if it would be like a worthwhile expense. Okay. I'm a shaking, bacon. I'm trying to get them all mixed up. And I do this fair the old-fashioned way. Yep. And Kathy Jean, that is perfectly fine. Everybody does it. A Tuesday morning. Do you like it? Is it easy to use? Is it worth me buying? That's what I want to know. Would you suggest I buy it? My mom adores birds, April. It's like she loves them. Okay, let me turn that away from me, though, since I'm shaking it. So nobody can say I look. If you get it cheap. Okay. I don't buy nothing unless I get it cheap. I don't like paying expensive stuff. I got my my crocodile I got for 40% off and a 20% off coupon. I paid 40% for it. Is the only reason I bought it, or I'd be still doing it by hand. Okay, guys, is everybody ready? Drum roll. That's a can roll. Okay, I'm not even looking, so I can't see. I have to get one. There's one. There's one. Just one. Oh, that's not bad, girl. That's a good price. Is everybody ready? Does everybody want to know? Does everybody want to know? Melissa! 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 Okay, in the description box is Melissa won something. She's like, oh my gosh, I won something. I never win anything. Yay! In the description box is my email address. It's donebydorothycrafts@gmail.com. Go to the Etsy store, look at everything, all of the kits in there that you like, the digital kits, and just send me an email message that tells me which one you want, and I will email it back to you. Well, I'm glad everybody's winning and it's sort of moving around. That's awesome. And you guys, on top of everything else I have going on, I'm actually working on a new kit. And it's awesome. I absolutely love it. So there is that. Yay. Everybody give everybody yay. Way to go, Melissa. Okay. And I got myself all worked up. I did this backwards. I can't believe I tied this on the wrong end. What a goober. Oh, goofy goober. It was supposed to be tied up here. I had it upside down and didn't realize it. But look, it's so cute already. Let me look in here and see what I can find. That I can slide into little things. You got little pockets over here that we can put a little tag in. I don't like putting anything too big on the spines. Or on the, next to the spine. Okay, so let me pull this really tight. Pull it really tight. And you do sort of have to move it around because it's ribbon and make sure you're in the center. Because if it's towards the side, then that'll make your ribbon more. I'm going to do one at a time this time. Let me tie one at a time. And I'll just knot them. And that way I can unknot each individual one. Get over there. Hey, night, Lori. Your package will go out tomorrow, sweetie. Well, awesome. Congratulations, Melissa. But I did on here decide to do the ribbons because I know some people said that they didn't have I bought a couple more today. Can you make vintage mail documents and such for a digi? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not telling Nettie. It's a secret. I don't tell until they get launched. But I know a lot of people were saying that they were having a lot of trouble finding ideas for you. Oh, so you want a vintage mail and documents, like an ephemera. Oh yeah, Roxy does some awesome stuff. I love her stuff. Oh, look, see how tight it is now compared to what it was before? It's a lot tighter. So yeah, you can tighten it down for people that were wondering. And then I have all these like this, and I'm not sure how I want to do these. I have to decide. This is my tie. This is my little tie. Yes, I love printing on vellum. If you guys go into on the Facebook page, there is actually a somewhere on there. You if you do a search for digitals or whatever, there's a list that you can add to. I do too. I think the ribbon on it, I think this looks very like Jane to me. So I just have to decide how I want to exactly do this. I may just keep the ribbons like that. I sort of like that. I think it adds a little more delicate side to it. I do need to make my ribbons bigger for this though, but I can switch that out. Oh, is it dinner time, Brenda? Nice. Yes, I spend this much time doing my bows every time, you guys. It's not just, it's some kind of weird obsession. And then look. How cute. How cute. How cute. Let's see. Let me pull in here and see what I was going to do. So, and then I untie it. Yes, I'm tearing this by hand. And probably before I did all that, I should have inked it. That would have been a nice thought. How come nobody reminded me to ink? Where's my inkers? Somebody's job was just to remind me to ink. I have to remember what I did with my ink. You guys, it is one. There it is. I was like, oh, I know I have it. Good night, Cheryl. Well, thank you, Janet. Yep, I really like the ribbon on it. That's a little light there, Kathy. It's okay. It's okay. And I am using walnut stain because it sort of has a touch of black in it. And, you know, the Dear Jane being a text sort of does have that touch of black in it. And I am just doing around the edges because I have the Digi page I'm using as the base. And I may print out some other pages. I don't know off the top of my head. I sort of have to like set and concentrate on it a little bit to decide, you know, what I want to do. You guys are so funny. Oh, and then I am going to ink through here. Even along through here, because I'm going to come back through and put paper through here. So that'll sort of cover that. Okie doke. So there's that. What did I do with my ruler? Yes, you can do that, or there's lots of different ways. It's sort of up to you what you want to do. But yeah, you can just add it to your photos and then just print. Come on, little piece of paper. There we go. And I'm not worried about if this is straight or not because it's going to be like sort of like the little added part on top of the cover. But I don't want to rip that much. And if you try to do this the other way, you will spend all day trying to rip it. So sort of doing it this way makes it go faster. Okay, I don't want to lose my butterfly. Really get under there. Geesh. I don't know, April, whenever you can get around to it. Just let me know what you need for it and yada yada, all that wonderful stuff. Almost. I almost got it. There we go. One more side to rip. It's, you know, sometimes you try to do it and it just doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to play along. And I don't know why. But I'm trying to save those butterflies because I think they're pretty. But they just don't want to play along. There we go. I know that seemed... She's going to post it tomorrow. Yeah, the freebies off Facebook, that's what you have to do. I could upload them as PDFs for everybody, but some people don't. am I keeping this 10 for myself? No, Cheryl, I am not. And I will tell you why. I love Dear Jane, but I'm actually going to make mine as I got to working with it and playing around with it. I decided that I would just want to do mine as a journal because I want more. I want more. So usually what happens is I do a kit, and I do my kit like the Dear Jane kit, and I fall in love with it. And then I start working on it and I go, ooh, well, I want to add this. Ooh, I want to add that. So there is a chance, even though we're doing the TN with the Dear Jane, that there may be an extension of the kit. There may be other elements added and everything. Because if I make it for myself, then I'll just throw them up anyway. So, but this is one of those kits. I literally could do a multitude of these and probably never get tired of it. I absolutely love this kit. I have just fell in love with it. So, no, but this one probably will be going for sale. Yep, it'll be an add-on. I can't help it because, I start doing it and I'm like, I try to use all the kits that's there, but then I decide I like something this or, ooh, this would be really cool like this or, this or that and the other. That's just the way it works. It's method to the madness, I guess. A creator's work is never done. Where's my brush? You guys, I have to clean my desk. Yeah, see, that's how I am. So I'm doing a TN, which is cool. And I mean, technically I could keep it and use it as a carry around or like a travel, because obviously it's a traveler's notebook. But I find that I don't have enough room in those, even if I want to take them with me. What are you woohooing about, Cheryl? Why is she woohooing? Oh, I need a pink. No, I need green because I have pink ribbons. Woo, get off there. I need me some green cheesecloth. Oh, try to auction it off. Oh, Lord. My problem is I don't know where to start with stuff like that. Because I always think, well, okay, because my husband has a good job now, but my first marriage, I had my 4 kids. Of course, they were all little. Money was really hard. And I mean, there was things I wanted, especially as a crafter, that you just can't buy because you don't have that money, And so I have a hard time, putting a price on it and I have people yell at me. I have people yell at me about stuff, you guys. I mean, full tilt, in caps, yell at me because they're like, well, you're just being abused because you let people walk all over you because you don't charge enough. And I would never do anything that cheap, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and it sort of makes me feel bad because they're like, well, you're undercutting everybody else that's in the business. And I don't know. I just try to do, the best that I can do. And I'm just not sure about pricing and stuff like that. So it's really bad. I'm horrid about doing that. Oh my gosh, I love that green on there. I have to put more glue. Lots and lots of glue. Hey, at least if there's any mistakes in it, you guys watch me do it live. And I have to get another glue. I was glad I went the other day when I was at Walmart. I had to go get a couple things, for the house. And I don't really need any glue, but I'm going to grab some. And it was a good thing I did because they had 1 bottle of Fabri-Tac left. I was like, whoa. I was not happy. I was glad I got it, but okay. Let's see if I can do this. We shall see. I'm trying to make a little bow to put down there, but this ribbon may be a little too wide. Yeah, I mean, that's what I try to do, and it's like, that'll never happen again. Glue strings. I just try to be fair, and if you've been in a place where you didn't have and you wanted, you tend to be, I think, considerate more, maybe, I don't know. But then again, I understand their side too, because the amount of time and money that you put into them really adds up too. So it's like, and you don't realize that if you're making your own. When you start, buying things and, selling them and, doing all that, you realize the actual cost. You tend to, if you're just grabbing a few odds and ends here and there for yourself, you don't think about it. When you're buying it in bulk, you become so familiar and like so conscious of like the cost of things. Let me trim the green down just a bit, but we want some left on there because I like it hanging over. Same thing up here. I'm just going to see. Let's trim it this way. And I want some hanging over because I like that hanging over cheesecloth look that you get. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I will stop there for tonight. There's so far, but I'm not done yet because I still have these two to add. Because I'm going to trim around here and back it with cardstock and then raise it. Or chipboard and raise it. I really think I'm going to leave these on here. I probably will shorten the two. Oh, those are the closures. Let me tie the closures. I like the pink ribbons, you guys. I'm sorry. It's probably overdone, but I like it. Yep, I have to move this because that not being as long as it is. Well, I tied it the wrong way too, but I sort of like that long. But I have to extend that because that'll drive me crazy. But so far. So yeah, I have to extend this a little bit. I just want more because, I mean, obviously we haven't even put anything in here, so these need to be longer. So I would up these, probably maybe, I don't know. I'll figure that out and measure it. Oh, well, thanks, Elizabeth and April and Melissa. I think you need another pink bow. Well, I was thinking about that when I was sitting here looking. I'm like, but I have this stuff to add here too, so I want to add that first before I... Yeah, it almost looks like it should have like one up here or something. That needs a little bit more glue though, because I don't like that stuff on loose. Oh, thanks, Mama. Thanks, Mama. Oh, Cheryl's in love with it. Cheryl's like, ah. Yeah. It's getting to where it's going crazy. Yes, everything's nice in threes. Yes, it is. I like the 3 thing too. And I do think it needs something up here again, but I want to make sure when I get this on here, it doesn't overdo it. Um, but yeah, that's cute because technically I can turn this where it's angled the same way too. Because my little bow will move around on me. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Take the butterfly. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Welcome. I think you're new. I don't think I've seen you here before. So I probably will put another one up here. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow. I will still be working on this. I will finish the cover tomorrow. And I'll do the back. The back is just going to be a sort of, well, this is going to be the back. I don't like putting things on my back because it's too complicated to try to write and all that. So that's what the back's going to look like. And I'm not doing anything with the spine because I think the ribbons and stuff just add just enough for the spine. I may put some more green cheesecloth over here and maybe, tack. I don't know. I sort of like that hanging out like that. So, yep. And then I will figure out what I'm doing here as far as these. I may put another bow up at the top. I sort of like that. And it sort of has that elegant, like where they would have the bows up the back of their dresses and even their stockings and stuff like that, so it'll look really cute. Okie doke. Well, you guys, I am going to call that it for tonight since it's already 11 o'clock. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll finish the covers. And then probably next week, we'll finish the cover tomorrow. It'll be done. And we'll work on the two insides, the very front insides. And then whatever we can, as far as working on the signatures and adding lace and all of that, that's probably going to take us tomorrow. And then the next Monday and Tuesday will probably be when we finish up. So I would say probably the 18th we will finish up, which will put the 24th. So we may hold off until the beginning of June, June 1st to do the Secret Garden kit. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to put some green cheesecloth on the back underneath of that, just because I think it just sort of pulls it together. Cheesecloth is thin, so you don't get that. You have enough there, but it's not smashing it, where you have, if you do layers, you're rocking. And I don't like that when you're trying to write in it. So yes, I will put cheesecloth under the back probably because it's thin enough. I think Cheryl was the one that, yes, Cheryl asked that, yes. Oh, you guys didn't give me likes? Really? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you go where you subscribe to where the little bell is, if you click the bell, it'll pull up like 3 different options. If you go up to subscribe to all, you'll get a little bell notification anytime I post in a video or I go live. How did I make it green? If you go to, it would have been making ephemera bases, which was Thursday. We dyed it there. I actually used the paints I've been using for all of my, except for this pink ribbon, everything was dyed by Folk Art Mossy Meadow, Folk Art Vintage White, and Folk Art Vintage Tea Rose. But yeah, I do show that on Thursday. And then if you missed last night, we worked on the snippet, which I'm going to use as we go through. Unless Lori breaks into my house and steals it because she wants it really bad. But she's not here right now, so I can't say that. And then, so this is the snippet we did last night. To use with it. So I got to put a little glue there on those just because that aggravates me. I have to push it down. So, yep. So we will be using these to decorate our pages and stuff, which I love because it's already ready. It's literally clip, snip, paste. So I can handle that. So, okay, you guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe, stay healthy. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. And we will see you again tomorrow while we still work on the rest of our My Dearest Jane kit. So you guys have a great evening. Love you all. And please be safe. Okay, Connie. Thank you, Melissa. Thanks, Nettie. And Cheryl and Melissa. And bye, Debbie. I didn't know you was here, Debbie. I just said hi. If you slipped in and said something, I didn't see you. Bye, April. April's leaving the house. Bye, Elizabeth. Bye, Melissa. See you guys later.